We think it is obvious to say that for a country to prosper, they need to concentrate on making the youth full of knowledge and fill them with ideas and intelligence because they're the future of the country, right? Well, here in Mexico, there's a statistic that says only 33% of the population from ages 15 to 24 attend school. This is a worrisome statistic because it is very few. Another huge problem that Mexico has is poverty. Most of the population can barely afford what they will have for dinner that day, so it's hard to say that they can even afford an education. Education costs are pricey for half or even more of the population. A country that we could probably use as a contrast to Mexico is Slovenia. Slovenia has absolutely zero cost of education, specifically college. Even for foreigners, this is completely free. They believe that student debt should not be a thing as it just makes it difficult for the lives of the young people who just want to study and make a living. And how they don't want to make education a business to make profit of either. Comparing these two situations shows how Mexico truly seems to be affecting the lives of its own students of the country.
Even when Mexico has examples of how to have a good tuition fee, like Germany, Germans think education should not be treated as a commercial product. And this is why Germany education is free. Wait, what? A country that isn't trying to squeeze all your money? Germany is one of the few countries in Europe where you can study for free, even if you are not from there. In the article Study in German for Free, what you need to know, say that there are almost 300 public universities in Germany and more than 1,000 study programs in total, where you can study completely free. And not because it is free, it means that it's bad. Germany's universities are among the best in the world. But why is German education free? Well, Germany believes that free access to higher education guarantees economic growth and the well-being of the population in general. In addition, education being free makes brilliant students stay to study in the future work for Germany and not to go to other countries. We decided to ask the parents of one of the members of our team to answer some questions regarding this matter to see what they have to say about this situation.
Do you think school prices are high? How and why is this a problem?
I truly believe there are prices for every taste. We have public schools, where we can enroll our children by paying just an annual fee. But perhaps the quality isn't what we expect. If we want top quality, it will definitely be more expensive. But it should match the quality we are receiving. In the middle, there are all sorts of prices.
How do you, as someone who has paid for public and private education, experience this problem?
I can say I've experienced it in many ways. Initially, they were in a private school, which forced us to adjust to that budget. Once it became a public school, we were more relaxed. Later on, when they re-entered private school, it was about adjusting the budget.
What possible solutions or strategies do you think Mexico should implement to make education cheaper and more accessible?
Training is the first step. The main complaint about public schools is that teachers are unprepared. I don't mean to say that most or all, but many teachers are not well prepared. They need to embrace new technologies. By training teachers, we could achieve a better educational level in each school. Public schools would serve as a better option for most people in Mexico. We currently have a poor selection of public schools. This is why many opt for private schools in search of better academics for their kids. I insist on this without a doubt. Train public school teachers to improve education. This is how we improve education.
What do you believe is the source of the issue?
The existence of private schools is due to public schools failing their role. Parents must seek alternatives for their kids. This leads to a supply and demand issue. There might not be enough schools. The demand for private schools raises prices because they are limited. Certain schools raise their prices when they have higher quality. They adjust their prices based on that quality. Other schools might follow suit, creating a domino effect where one raises prices and others do too.
Do you know how much education costs abroad?
I don't have exact data, but I know that in Europe many schools are free. Public schools there offer much higher quality than our private schools here in Mexico. If you check in the US, I've visited public schools there that have much better facilities than many private schools I've seen here in the city. Also, in other places, higher education can be free or very cheap for locals.
Maybe Mexico should follow Germany's example, because if there's one thing we can intuit, is that a country with free education probably sleep a lot better at night than one with empty pockets and full scholar bills. So Mexico, stop asking other countries to apologize and start looking at what you can do to improve, at least in education. We want the citizens of Mexico to be aware that paying for an expensive education doesn't mean that you are having the best education, and that education is better and cheaper in other countries.